People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now there's a video that has been making its round on social media. This video, based on what persons are saying, it is the new prison that was built in Jamaica to solve all our crime problems, stop all the corrupted po-po, politicians and correctional officers. People, we are desperate, so therefore any sorts of news that we can get that this is happening, we would be elated. However, people, here are the facts. I am going to first show you the video that I am speaking about. I am going to mute the audio. You could see top-ranking correctional officers, inspectors, po-po, relevant authority parading through the place. However, here is the facts. That prison that they are supposed to build, that they were supposed to get money from the UK, it has not yet been built. There was a video circulating over social media. I put that video in my WhatsApp group maybe about 3 to 4 months ago in our last year. It showed some sorts of foundation being built. However, when I get some information from someone that I know, this was a Google search. It says, government identifies land to build new modern prison. That is Angeles. This date was September the 5th, 2022. Now, if there's one thing that we know about the government of Jamaica, when it comes to red tape, when it comes to delay, they are not very efficient. Like I said, there was a video that showed some sorts of foundation. Is there some sorts of foundation that was laid? People, me no know, that is what the video say. However, I saw it on social media, and like I've always said, believe half of what you hear, half of what you see. Now, when you do the common sense analysis, psychoanalyze the MO of our government, especially Andrew Holness, he is very braggadocious. He does not move stealth. So therefore, anything that he's going to do, he is going to announce it. If he's going to do a zone of special operation, him announce it. If he's going to go to United States and find 30 people that are masterminding, sending all sorts of tools to Jamaica, he is going to announce it. People don't just change like that. And the fact that they are desperate. And the fact that the people them always bash them and I say them not do anything. Whenever they do anything, no matter how little it is, they are going to over-sensationalize. My point is this. This could not happen in little Jamaica, where nobody sees it. Them no make no sorts of announcement. So in other words, we would have some sorts of video, some sorts of sighting of a property that went up. And people, when we do the maths, logic tells us that if them identify the land on September 5th, 2022, based on how they move slow like molasses running down a hill in Alaska, it is going to come up to maybe about 5 or 10 years after they've identified the land, after them pass all the red tape. So chances are, this is not a new prison. This new prison probably don't even start build it. So when I take all these facts into consideration, it tells me that this video is not what it is supposed to be, or not what people say that it is. Maybe some sorts of prison I get refurbished. Maybe them I fix it up. Even when I look at the video, it looks like somewhere out in Spanish Town, based on what a friend told me. So people, is it just wishful thinking? Yes, we need new prison because these people don't seem to get the memo. Them don't seem to get the message. First thing first, if we are going to build a new prison, the first thing that we need to do is get rid of the corrupted officials, meaning the politician, meaning the popo, and even some of these correctional officers that works at some of these fine penal institutions, them to get locked up too, because then the problem is not going to solve. We would need to have places that have some sorts of cell phone blocker. We would need to have facilities, men and women, that there is no sorts of party, no sorts of champagne and pop, no sorts of Hennessy, nobody now sport in the people and PRISON as if them they are stone love dance. So people, me just say, maybe it is wishful thinking. We do need it. We do need some sorts of penal institution where they can send a message to these criminals. Have them locked down for 23 out of 24 hours. Half an hour for recreation, half an hour for go take a shower. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if the head don't know what the foot is doing. There is no synchronization. There is no coordination as it pertains to the JDF and the JCF, meaning Jamaica Constabulary Force, Jamaica Defense Force. I am speaking about an incident that occurred down at Kingston, Freeport, where it is said that the authority, relevant authority, meaning Customs, Border Patrol, JDF, JCF, they seize a portion of cocoa. First report, it said that 7 billion Jamaican dollars. The report was also conflicting. It said a couple hundred, then it said 1,000 plus. The final figures that we have is now 1,500. 1,500, and it is said that the value is $12 billion. However, if you look at your screen, it says discrepancy. Discrepancy because one is saying one figure and then the next one is saying one figure. So therefore, conflicting reports. Based on the official thing that came out, it is said it is 12 billion Jamaican dollars, equivalent to 80 million US dollars. Now, when I spoke about this incident yesterday, I said, do you notice that whenever there's any sorts of seizure of illicit cash, any sorts of BUSTS, the figures are always conflicting. It starts low, after them counts, it go up high, it comes back down middle, then it comes back down to the lowest common denominator. Why do you think that is? It is in the best interest of the people that found it. The least them can say it come up to is the more them can pretty much make disappear like Houdini. Now we have to ask the question, isn't this some sort of coordinated efforts? Aren't we speaking about the same incidents? Aren't we speaking about the same amount of cocoa? Aren't we speaking about the same sorts of cash value? Aren't we speaking about the same amount of time? It is not as if the JCF give a value for 2018 and then the JDF say, well, you know that in about 5 years or so, the prices have gone up tremendously on the cocoa market, on the black market. So therefore, this is what we can get for it. People, if you go to courts and your statement or your testimony is conflicting, do you know what the jury or even in some case the judge is going to say? I can't believe you. You are too inconsistent. One story sound 3, 4, 5 different way. That makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So again, I'll ask the question, what type of counting are they doing? What type of accounting are they doing? Because 5 and 5 is always going to equal to 10. No matter which planet, no matter which continent, no matter which language, 5 and 5 is always 10. What are they doing? Odd maths or mad maths? Who are they make counting these cocoa? Who are they making these calculation? Is it the count from Sesame Street under some sorts of CRACK? Or is he sipping on scissor mixed with mad PUSS PISS? People, let me know in the comment section how it is that this is some sorts of coordinated efforts. However, one I get X amount of billion and the next one I get X amount of billion. For the same product, for the same BUST, people, you know, sister, something wrong. What this shows you, some sorts of thievery are going. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Every year in Jamaica, in excess of 400 people lose their life. 2022 was no different. Over 480 people lose their life. You know why? It is because the mindset of the people, even worse, the lapse, the failure of the system in implementing a proper ticketing stuff. Fast forward, less than 24 hours ago, I received a video of some sorts of accident on the Ocherius bypass. Vehicle split in two. What caused it? Them a drag race. Even on Constant Spring Road in a Kingston, every night, close to midnight, peer drag racing on the new road there. People are lose them life, them not gonna stop. However, whenever a system fails its people, it leaves its people's life in jeopardy. I am going to show you the difference with America based on a video, based on a link that I got with something that happened in Nevada. Jamaican man leave from Jamaica, Ghana, Nevada, business and pleasure, went to marry some lady. Him get pulled over by the state trooper. You know, so Jamaica, we have kilometers. In America, it goes by miles. Jamaica have the metric. The trooper clock him on the speed GUN and say, you're doing 43 miles over the 75 miles per hour. Usually, I would take you in. However, I want you to give me the reason. The Jamaican man tell the trooper, you know, say, I'm married, me just get married, I'm so excited. Trooper never really buy the story. Him story sound flaky. But the trooper say, you know what? Me I give that idiot a chance. Trooper say, alright, license, registration. Let me check and see if you have any sorts of warrant. Standard procedure. Let me see if you have any sorts of ticket violation. Trooper goes to his vehicle. Him come back. Him said to the man, listen, I put in the system that if them catch your speed again, you go directly to jail. Don't pass go. Don't collect no $200. This is not a monopoly of buffoonery. Don't take me for any sorts of idiot. Him said to him, you have 20-something days to pay this ticket. I think 21. You can pay it online, or here's a number where you can call them and make arrangement. They make it very convenient to get them money. Him said to the man, listen, if them catch your speed again, you now get a next chance, so therefore tread the water lightly. The man said, alright, The Jamaican then asks, what is the price of the ticket? The state trooper says to him, oh, $600 and something dollar. I don't remember the exact figure. I am going to post a link in my WhatsApp group. When the man heard the figure, him repeat it, he was so shocked. Him said to himself, he hear my mumbling in voice and I mumble to this trooper. $600? That's the whole of the money when I work for the month. People, when you do the mathematics, $600, that is equivalent to maybe 80 something to 90,000 Jamaican dollar for one ticket, one incident. The state trooper put it in a record. If them catch him at speed again, lock up him BS. No chances. You know why it works? Because if you live in Florida and you get a ticket to Florida and you don't pay the ticket to Florida and you go to California, from southeast to west of America, that is going to show up on the trooper and the pawpaw. Them have an internal database. How is it that Jamaica, a little place, 3 million people, America almost 300 million, 100 times bigger? It is just implementing the technology. The technology is out there. However, people, like I've always said, you cannot hustle, you cannot thief, you cannot be corrupt whenever the system is properly implemented. So it tells you, it seems as if these people are more intent on making money than solving the problem, than saving lives. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. I know that this might be your grandma's favorite channel. However, this is not the typical run-of-the-mill mama and papa channel. This is news with a buzz. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Point blank and period.